Okay, Legend of Korra Season 2, and seeing how they did 2 episodes back-to-back, we're going to do the 2 episodes back-to-back.
It was presented as one episode, so...
Well, no, it's a Chapter 1, Chapter 2, but regardless. Okay, so, the beginning of Season 2, Spirits, and, I swear to God, these guys, for the most part, the creators really do listen to the fans, because, like, all the stuff we were talking about in the first season, like, oh, I wish they sort of fixed this or
the
changed
comedy's
that.
back.
Yeah, like, they have more comedy, they're going outside the fucking city, they're encountering these spirits that are very colorful and allow sort of this different style of animation. So far, I'm really liking it. I'm really enjoying it. New characters. I love these characters.
A lot of new characters. We're going to get a lot of name complaints.
Yeah, no,
I'm not even bothering with
Yeah,
stuff.
no, I'm just going to be like the brother and sister, like the uncle, the father. I'm just going to do that. It seems like they're introducing a lot more stuff. And, yeah, it just seems like everything sort of seems much more... pumped up, and there's more interesting story going on, more sort of intriguing story. And I think we're in the first one, the big focus and interest seemed to be the city. Like, that was sort of like the main, wow, look at this, we're really going to show this off. I get the feeling this one's going to be the spirits. Like, that's going to be the big point where they're really going to show. Okay, yes,
it's going to be about the spirits.
Okay, just saying that loud.
Brilliant intuition there, Luke.
Okay, I just realized how stupid that sounded, but... Nonetheless, I like the fact that seems like that's going to be the main focus for like the animation, the style and stuff, because we just needed more color and more sort of a fun, diverse visual style, and we're really getting it now. And sort of these new, like I said, these kids, that brother and sister that look exactly alike, I mean, they're hilarious.
Don't worry, my little turtle duck, I'll protect you.
Oh, God, hilarious.
Wait, do you want me to be a slave or a boyfriend? Yes. That win me prize.
I can't remember if we ever saw Boomy before the
no,
brother.
he was. You saw him at the end of the last season.
Yeah, but he's great. We get a little bit of attention, sister too, and they're wonderful. You get sort of this. You get more of Korra's father, which I like. I like getting more of the parents in there. So far I'm liking it. The only real thing that still seems to be a bit of a problem, and I think you're noticing it too, is that...
we had the same thought.
Yeah, I mean, we should say at least it started as the same part.
I actually saw it first because I watched it, I actually DVR'd it. So you were at a convention, so I actually saw it first, so I was watching it a second time with Doug today, and... he was saying the exact same things I was thinking when I saw it originally. I was just like, well, thank you.
And that's when Korra just looks at Tense and says, maybe I need a new teacher. And it sort of very ruthlessly says, I'm bored with you, you're not good enough, and blah, blah, blah.
I'm just going to say it. She was a bitch.
Yeah, I'm
just going to say it up front.
We just saw it as like, what a bitch.
Yeah, I turned to my wife and I was like, wow, what a bitch. And she's like,
Here's the thing, moving on to another teacher, and honestly, the uncle... who the minute you see him, remember I was just like, I'll be your Tarlock for the season. It's like,
which was the exact same thing I thought. I turned to my wife, like, after he uttered all of, like, maybe 10 lines of dialogue so far, and I'm just like, villain.
Yeah.
And I'm like, literally Tarlock-style villain. My guess is he's going to be a sympathetic-style villain, but still villain.
And it's kind of sad because we were looking at, him sort of talking, and we were saying, like, I want to like you, but it's so obvious you're going to be the bad guy. So I can't side with you, but I like what you're saying. I like that, and the stuff he's sort of giving her the trust, giving her the confidence, I think is sort of a legit point where nobody has been doing that. But at the same time, the character is supposed to evolve and supposed to learn things, and at times you think she does, but then you have...
She regresses, though, with Tenzin.
with the Tenzin scene.
That was Anakin painful there. It's Obi-Wan's fault.
Maybe I need a new teacher. And it's just like,
and I get it. And the funny thing is because she did the same thing to her father, but I get that. I'm like,
the father was warranted for the most part.
Your father was lying to you this entire time.
For years.
Kept this from you. Also is a fuck-up, apparently, according to, the whole backstory. I'm like, I get that. I would be legitimately upset and be like, no, obviously the spirits don't like you, you need to leave. But with Tenzin... he was being perfectly reasonable. And
perfectly nice.
And what bothered me is if she wanted to be kind of stern and say, okay, this is where we need to part ways, that's fine. But he says, it has been an honor serving you, I have, and walks away, and she's just like...
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like, what is your
it was not. It was
problem?
not cool. And like,
Yeah.
I'm with you that if she said no, it's time to part ways, and even if she's mistaken or not, which honestly, given everything sort of demonstrated, I'm sort of siding with her. Like, no, I think she should sort of go on this journey. Like everything, even though it's probably going to be the wrong move, I understand the moves. It's like the attitude I did not like.
Yeah, it's like way to make me sympathize with your position, but also at the same time be like, wow, I hate you.
Yeah, no, it was not cool. And you get
that one scene just really rubbed me the wrong way.
You get a little bit of her snapping at Mako a few times, which again comes around to, I'm sorry, I'm such a pain. And again, it's like, it's like a
again, and I thought Mako was being perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, no,
I'm like, sometimes it's for comedy. I like he's like, well, I thought you wanted me to support you. Now you want me to tell you the truth. Like, okay, that was cute, but a lot of those scenes, I'm just like, he's being perfectly reasonable, and you're just like freaking biting his head off.
Yeah, and there's scenes where it's like you understand what she's going through. Like, I really like that scene where the uncle says, no, you need to go in alone, I trust you and stuff like that. And she says, wow, it's so rare, I hear that. And you can sympathize with that, you can understand, but at the same time, it's almost a little too warranted why people don't trust her, because she just does not listen. And again, if she starts off that way and gets better and better, fine, but she's, like you said, she's really regressing.
It would have worked had this happened in the first season, but at the beginning of the second season, I'm like,
just going,
wow, so all of that spiritual journey you had in the first season just seems to have been chucked out the window here, because all of a sudden she's back to the same angsty sort of, I'm gonna bite your head off for no reason,
I get... I know what they're going for in that they want her to be technically, like in terms of fighting and stuff like that, she's much more advanced. Like, I like how she can go in and out of the Avatar state like in a blink, where with Aang it was much harder for him to do. I like how she uses it to cheat winning, little races and stuff. Like, that stuff's great and it's playful and it's fun.
Oh.
But yeah, why have her be so needlessly mean, especially to someone who works so hard?
Do we have to consider the idea that perhaps, not knowing whether they were going to get a season 2 and 3 or whatever, they wrote themselves into a corner and they're like, oh, we totally advanced her really quickly, not knowing where we were going to go with this. Whether we had the option and now just I guess we'll kind of go back to this point and do it again. I don't know.
Because I like what you said about with her leaving Tencent, that this could have been done very smartly, very patiently, and very much was showing honor to her teacher.
Well, she feels upset after the fact talking to Mako, did I do the right thing? And they hold hands. I'm like, well, there's your emotion. I'm like, why were you so cruel about it to his face?
So that really bothered me.
Yeah. That's your teacher.
Yeah, that's Tencent, man. It's like, how can anyone be mad at Tencent? He's like the most likable character. So that really bothered me. But everything else in the show, I mean, I thought was pretty solid. I thought they really made like
some
a lot
weird
of good
comments on my Facebook, and somebody's like, "Well, it was just plotless," and I'm like. It was like there was so much plot in here. I just
it's like setting up the plot.
Yeah, there was almost too much plot. I'm just like, wow, did they cram a lot of stuff into an introductory episode?
But I thought it balanced out with the humor and the other characters.
No, I thought it was fine. But yeah, I thought there was plenty of plot. I'm really interested where it's going. If I have, besides the way they treated her character, if I have one small complaint, it's. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but it seems like this new villain is Tarlok 2.0. Like, I just feel like we just saw this already. He even kind of looks like Tarlok.
Yeah, even the same hairstyle. Yeah, so
what is it with the Water Tribe? They're just like chucking out villains lately. I'm just like, man, it must be a screwed up place up at the polls.
We're talking about the father, where we were saying like he was kind of rightfully chewed out a little bit, or. At the very least, we understand what she's doing and why she's doing it with the father and stuff. But I love that backstory. It's a good backstory.
Oh no, it's a great backstory. And to me, I think they're setting up a conspiracy or something. Like, I don't know if her uncle is in on it. Maybe her uncle set this whole thing up to give an excuse to invade the South.
That's sort of what it looks like. You mean like, that actually would make sense. Like, he sets up the brother to go out, and then the spirits come out, and so forth.
Or he set this one up, knowing what happened after his brother did it. So he destroys the forest in the South Pole, and then it's like, oh, you guys need my help, I'll just send in my battleship.
For a show that, especially this season, is doing so well at taking something like a direction you think it's going to go, and it either goes there but speeds it up or doesn't go that direction, it is frustrating just to see, like, Korra, come on!
Yeah,
Like,
and it's frustrating because it's meticulously plotted. There is not a wasted second in this episode. Like, I'm just like, man, it was one thing after another. They gave us all the characters they needed.
They're bringing more of the kids, too. I like whatever's going on with the kid and the statues.
That was the kids, yeah. My favorite scene in this whole episode is when she's staring at the statue of May.
like, what's going on?
Yeah, and not even what's going on, but she shares, like, this moment there, and I was like, this is a great, quiet moment.
You know what was missing? Somebody there saying, why did you run away? Well, they put these objects in front of me, and then I ran away, and then I blah, blah, blah. It's like, no! That's not, they got it. It just looks and has a moment.
Anti-Shyamalan moment.
Yeah, like the total anti-Shyamalan moment. Yeah, so that was a very legit scene, and I like what's going on with the connection there too.
I can't wait to see, because that was my complaint about the first season, which I liked overall. But I was like, I could have used more kids and more humor, and already we got both of those.
Yeah, and Bolin is forming much more of a character outside of just.
This is my favorite Bolin episode ever.
Outside of just Sokka Light. I was sort of saying.
Oh no, it's in the engine.
It's in the engine.
Somebody deflate me.
Thank you. I mean, good laughs in it. It's much more balanced out. And the last thing I'll say is the spirit world even has sort of this interesting feel, right down to the animation being very different, which I like. It's almost like animation from the first Avatar series, from The Last Airbender, which I think is kind of cool.
And every new character so far has been really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love the Howard Hughes guy that they invited.
Oh, God, yeah, I forgot about that character. He's wonderful.
Let's do Howard Hughes dressed as Prince, trying to leverage.
I say it's kind of Howard Hughes. I'm forgetting his name, but it's the guy who, like, owns Virgin and stuff
Virgin
like
Atlantic.
The crazy, nutty millionaire who does all the eccentric stuff,
I think they're going for. I think when they were talking about the movie thing, because at first I was like,
it's very Howard Hughes.
Yeah, I was like, where are they going with this? He's dressed like Prince, and he's got, like, the thin mustache, and when they did the movie thing, I'm like, oh, it's Howard Hughes. Transportation into movies. I'm like, the time period, I'm like, I got it.
Yeah, but I think the eccentricness is sort of more the Virgin guy. Because he's always happy. Let's go, hey. Or Howard Hughes was just kind of nuts.
Yeah, so I'm interested what they're going to do with Asami, because I love her character, and I was like, she got shafted in the first season. She loses Mako. Her dad, is a crazy villain. Like, I'm just like, I'm hoping they do something with that character, because I was like, she's an ass kicker.
So the possibilities seem there. Even the spirit world, I mean, it's like, even sort of has this, it seems like it has this different way of thinking and moving.
At first I was a little worried, because that first spirit, I was like, is this the ghost of Dizzy Devil? It was like the little purple guy.
I thought that guy was cool. I thought he was cool.
No, they get, like, more interesting, and I got used to the character.
And great designs, again, too. I mean, again, just going back to the Avatar show, it's like seeing these great designs again. And different locations, and so...
It's just to see the spirits acknowledged again, because that was a big part of the original ones.
Well, and I get it, like I said, because with the first season, it's very much the technology, it's really boomed, and now this is like, what about the spirits, or the Mononoke thing, and it's like, I like that.
But we're missing,
we're
still missing them.
What are we missing?
We don't got any General Iroh.
Yeah.
We need... the Bossk.
We need more Bosco. We need more Dante Bosco.
Dante Bosco.
They'll have like the exact
same.
The boss. They'll have like the exact same reveal as last time, like him on the ship. And it's like, and people will still freak out just as much. It's just like, yay, more Bosco.
Bask in the Bosco.
Yeah, bask in the Bosco.
Bask in the Bosco.
Nice. So,
actually, I was hoping I'd see more of him, like, in this season. So
who knows, man? Maybe I'll pop
hopefully.
Up. So So I really like how it's starting off. I like the possibilities. I say, man, evolve Korra, please. Really have her learn.
That's the thing.
She can still be a tough ass. She can still rush into stuff.
She was with the spiritual side, and I thought the way she dealt with her father seemed to make sense. And she said, and I thought it was a legitimate argument. She's like, you shouldn't go fight the spirits. Yeah, but I am the bridge between the spirit world and this is a chance to live up to my potential. I'm like, okay, that's growth. She legitimately wants to do this and help people out and... But yeah, the way she treated Tenzin, I just can't get over that.
And even if it is, it's going to be a mistake. The father's going to come back and redeem himself. I mean, they're setting that up.
But she's going to probably go to Tenzin at some point. And you were right. My uncle's evil.
But where the father was called for the Tenzin thing, it did not seem. It did not need to be that harsh. Just have the character learn and evolve. You can still be here. She can still be a tough ass and rush into stuff and still be like kind of impatient. But just make her like, make her learn, some stuff. That's the only thing that's bothering me. But I'm excited for this season. Like, it's just a good setup.
No, I liked it.
I want to see where it's gonna go.
It's just that's the only thing that kind of bugs me, is that I thought all of these characters are great. Even Mako with the Caruso moment there, just
Good thing the police are here. Yeah, and he even has like the lines and stuff like that. I thought that was cute, honestly.
Yeah, so overall, I think even Mako has improved a bit, and I thought he actually was the weakest thing in the last season. But that's my only disappointment. I'm like, when I have to look at this, all of these characters are great. Well, Korra's okay.
Yeah,
it's called The Legend of Korra.
You think you'd get that pinned down perfect? So,
yeah.
But we'll see where it goes. So good stuff, and we'll just keep them coming after every episode. Hopefully sooner than we did here, because like I said, I was at a convention. But
Friday night,
next one.
Be there this time. Watch it.
Yes. Hopefully I'll get them out as quickly as possible. And we'll see you guys at the next one. Take care.